Okay, Lee Jones here from esports.net. I'm speaking to BDS head coach Striker after beating G2 and rounding out a 3-0 week. Got to be pleased with that then?
Yeah, I think that's for sure a good start on the result end of thing. Yeah, pretty happy about it.
Sure. I wanted to ask you specifically about the lane swap today as well. Obviously, we're on the newer patch now where it was sort of nerfed. What are your feelings on that and on how that works then, especially sending your bot lane top where the turret is obviously tankier. I think on plates wise, G2 got two, you guys got one. Broken Blade probably helped you
Yeah.
guys out a bit with his TP back in. But yeah, what's the kind of game plan there? Where do you think that's still viable?
I think that before you had like more things to play around on the swap because you could almost go even play twice. I think that right now if the receiving team, that the team that is not swapping is reacting properly, you are probably giving a 3 plates for one kind of trade. But we still think that it's something that is viable in certain matchups. Like the value is not only on gold, right? Dodging some parts of the laning phase is something that can be good. Attacking enemy jungle topside also is something that you get from it. So yeah.
Cool. Um, it was mentioned on the broadcast that G2's record after having lost a game in the LEC, the next game they usually win. They won out of the last 10 times they've lost in the LEC. They won the next game 9 times. Did you guys kind of expect them to be sort of extra motivated that they were off the back of a loss, or did you just kind of see it as any normal game against G2?
I mean, yeah, we are kind of miming about it, right? Like it's angry G2 because SK1 and everything, but we didn't really think of it as an extra challenge. They are for sure a good team and they can adapt fast after a loss, but we are also confident in our own ability and I think that it was not something that was phasing us too much before the game.
Sure. Um, this obviously the 3-0 start obviously is ideal. You guys being joint top in the standings at the moment. Having having finished in playoffs third the last 2 times, and then kind of I guess the aim would be to break into the top two and challenge G2 maybe for the next title. Do you feel like you guys are at that level now?
Mm, that would be hard to say. I think if we were to play best of fives now, it would be really different because the best of five is a lot more on the preparation side. Um, I think G2 is still a really good team. I think that it's normal for them to have a slump at some point during the year. We just happen to play them week one, which probably is a positive and net point for us. So yeah, the goal is always to win a split, to win the first split for BDS on this title, which is League, and we are not going to stop until we get there. So we are also realistic about the fact that G2 is still a very strong team, and I don't think they showed their best League of Legends this week.
Mhm.
And I think that they are a team that is going to easily pick up their flags and they're going to be way, way better in playoff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How do you go about then trying to kind of like dethrone them? Because they've, yeah, like for the last few years really, they have been clearly the best team, and it kind of seems like an impossible task even to try and knock them off the top. So how do you go about trying to do that?
Mm. I think we try to basically develop our players both on the individual and on the team level. Each split, we try to do things a bit differently to increase productivity on a day-to-day in Scrim, to try to get better conclusion gameplay-wise, draft-wise. I think G2 is also an opponent where whenever we face them, we are learning something about mostly ourselves, and we try and fix it after. I think we did a good job so far. So I don't think there's a magic answer. I think we just need to work and a lot and well. I think that so far we've been doing it. So hopefully by the time that the summer playoff come, we are a better team. But yeah.
Sure. Just talking of that kind of development, then I was thinking back to at Worlds last year, and I remember there being this kind of sentiment that BDS sort of had to play through Adam's unique champion pools, and perhaps that sort of limited the ceiling that could be reached at that time. But then you have this 3-0 start to Summer, almost a year on, and he's played Cassante and Gragas, obviously quite different to those iconic champions that he's known for. Is that something that's been kind of like actively worked on then to get you guys kind of on like a more normal, more of a normal game plan, I guess, where you're not maybe beholden to those picks?
Yeah, no, for sure. As I said before, like the individual part of the development of our team is something that is very, very important to me. We did get someone to help on the individual and on the learning aspect for all of our players, called Roxy. He did a really good job. He was with us for both winter and spring. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore for like a few weeks. Hopefully he will be back soon. But this joined with the, I would say, big efforts on Adam's side to expand his gameplay in general, more than his pool. I think his gameplay is more versatile now. I think he does more things around the map. He does more for his teammates as well. And it's just a reflection, like his champion pool is just a reflection on how he developed as a player inside the map, right? I think he was always okay to play those champions mechanically, I would say, but maybe what he lacked in the past was to be a complete player in order to maximize their potential once he's in game. And now he's able to do both, so that's a huge help, especially in draft for me, right?
Sure. Maybe just kind of one final question at the end. I wanted to ask you about this debate that's happened since yesterday, really, about how players are criticised, in particular on broadcast. But then there was also a debate after this about having negative analysis of players, whether that's necessary at all. I just wonder where you sit on that. Obviously, you're someone that if you get a player that gets criticised and maybe that does affect them, you're the one that's kind of got to deal with that. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on that whole debate?
Um, I mean, I did not really pick up on that subject,
Okay.
kinda, but my view on it is that we are doing a high performance kind of job where people are viewing us sometimes as entertainment, which is what League Esport is, right? So for sure there will be people that will have a lot of emotional involvement, and at times to make fun of people or to relieve pressure or simply because they don't like you, they can be pretty rough, right? But I think this is really part of the job, and if those people were not there, we would also not be able to do this one. So that's my philosophy, at least. I think everyone is free to see it the way they want, but I think if you cannot handle online criticism, then you shouldn't be in that space. That's just me.
Fair enough. Well, we'll leave it there then. Thanks for the interview, Striker, and good luck in the rest of the
Thank
split.
you.